Obsidian for busy schedules. Obsidian is perfect for busy schedules because it removes friction instead of adding more work. It's fast, works offline, and doesn't force you to plan your entire life just to stay organized. If your days are packed and unpredictable, this Obsidian setup is built for that reality. Now, the problems with busy schedules is that when you're busy, you don't have time to overplan, the complex systems get ignored, tasks live in your head, and this workflow focuses and tasks live in your head. Now, this workflow that I'm going to tell you about is going to capture things fast. You're going to see today clearly, and you're going to review just enough to stay on track, and there will be no productivity guilt. So in order to get started, go to your web browser and type in Obsidian, get Obsidian for your system, and then you will land on your vault. So this is my vault over here. I have just a few notes already. Now here what we're going to do is we are going to create our system, and what's going to happen here is first of all we're going to create our minimal setup for the folder. So we're going to have a minimal folder setup, and I'm going to remove these folders and I'm going to delete these. So right click and delete. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll start creating. All right, so here I have absolutely emptied this out, and what we're going to do now is create folder. So click here and create your folder. Now the first folder I'm going to create is going to be the inbox folder. So I'm going to name it inbox, and then I'm going to create another folder that is going to be titled daily. Another one is going to be titled tasks. So there we have it, all our folders. We have archive, daily, inbox, notes, projects, and tasks. So what this folder system is going to do is that this setup is going to work because the inbox catches everything. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to put in all notes in the inbox without organization. It's going to catch everything. The daily folder shows you what you need to do today. So for that day, you're going to have the tasks folder, which is going to hold the actionable items. So this one here. And then you have the projects folder, which is going to give you context for your projects. And then you're going to have the archive folder, which is going to keep clutter out of sight. So, and then what we're going to do is to be more organized, we're going to create a note, and we're going to name that note daily note. So I've titled it daily note. We do have a daily note over here which opens up, and what we're doing here is different. So we're going to title it daily note, and that is a note that you need to look at daily. So every time you come in to Obsidian, you're going to look at this note. And we're going to pin this up here so you'll be able to view this every day. On the top, you're going to have 3 priorities. So those priorities are going to be, you're going to have 1 must do for the day. Then you're going to have 1 should do. So 1 thing that you should do. And then you're going to have 1 optional. So 1 must do, 1 should do, and 1 optional. Those are going to be tasks that you should do or want to do, and you're allowed to do, and is optional. Then after that, you're going to add in any quick tasks. So you're going to name it quick tasks, and after that you're going to have notes or any thoughts. So notes or thoughts that you have on the whole day or related to the day that you were creating this note for. So you're not going to try to finish everything. You're just going to move the day forward with how you can progress throughout the day. And then if the day gets messy, this page is still going to hold your focus, and you're going to know what to focus on. Now that this note is created, you're going to take this and you're going to drag it up here, and you're going to pin this, and then you can view this. So every time you come up here, you can look at this note up here, and you can take guidance from there. You can see what you need to do, or you can copy this text and you can paste it to your note and you can note it down. You can also create a template out of this. So if you create a folder and you name it template, so let's name this template. This is going to be our templates folder, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put this daily note inside here, and that could also become a template for you. And you're going to go down to settings and select templates from the core plugins, and here you're going to decide where you're going to have the templates. So you're going to select the templates folder, and now that template is going to be set up. Now every time I press on insert template, I'm going to get the option of putting in the daily note. So exit this for now, and let's create a new note. For example, I just came here today, it's a different day. I put in my daily note. I just quickly open up my daily note, and then I want to insert my template, and this is what I need to focus on. So I'll start focusing here. And then maybe if you want, you can put this one up here and you can keep looking back at it throughout the day. So using the template or pinning up your note here or having a daily note is very useful for any busy schedules. It's going to save a lot of time and you can just quickly go through and see what you need to focus on. This is going to be so quick. Now, what else you need to focus on is capturing everything within seconds. So busy schedules mean zero tolerance for friction, and any thought that you have is going to go into the inbox. So let's go back to our notes, our folders, and then any thought that you have, you're going to take a quick note on it. You're going to note down whatever related to it. You're going to take your notes and you're going to put it in the inbox. There you go. Your mind is free of the thought. So any thought goes into the inbox. Any task, any idea, any reminders. You just need one line per thought. You just need one format. You don't need any formatting. You don't need any decisions. Just one line per thought. And note it down and put it in your inbox folder, and then you can clean it later, or you don't have to clean it at all, so you can deal with that. If you need to go back into those, maybe you don't need to. Maybe you go here and you're like, oh, like I was taking these notes, but no, I'm not interested in those notes anymore. So you could clean those up by right clicking and deleting them, and then you can just delete that, and there you go. Or if it matures into something useful, you could rename it and then you could put it in a different folder, for example, maybe projects or tasks. So you could do that. Now in your tasks folder that you have here, you need to make sure that you manage your tasks really fast. Once or twice a day, you want to open up the tasks, and each task is going to have its own note, and that note is going to have noted in it what needs to be done, why it matters, and what the next tiny action is going to be. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If not, then you can link it to a project, and then you can schedule it according to the link and not in a very complex calendar. And trust me, simplicity is going to beat perfection. Next, you have your projects folder. So in the projects folder, you need to make sure that you have notes for context. So projects are anything that needs more than one step, and each project note is going to include the goal, you're going to include the current status, and you're going to include the next action. So don't plan the whole project, but just the next move, like what you need to do next. Complete this and then move on. Then you're going to decide next task. So this is going to keep you moving even on a chaotic days. And then finally, at the end of the day, you want to check off what you did, move any unfinished tasks forward, and dump any leftover thoughts into the inbox. This is going to take under 5 minutes, but it is going to clear your head completely. So this Obsidian system is built for real life, not perfect schedules, and it helps you stay focused without turning productivity into another job. If you're busy, tired, or overwhelmed, this is the setup that still works.